Alright, it's time for this again. It's mock draft time once again. As I did one, I don't know, like a couple weeks ago, I say. And I say it's time to do it again because draft order switched up. And this time of year, it gets more fun because we know what players are coming out, which ones are staying. And this draft order is pretty much solidifying itself where it's at. So, let's kick this off with the Cincinnati Bengals at number 1. As nothing changed. Joe Burrow, easy. I don't know why anybody else would be number 1 right now. I don't think that's a hard choice at all. Number 2, easy. Chase Young, 2 Giants. Chase Young's easily the best player in college football right now. He probably would go number 1, but Joe Burrow's played amazing, and you don't pass up on a quarterback that's done pretty well throughout the year. Number 3, we have the Washington Redskins. You know, they're having offensive line problems anyways. I think even if they did get their start offensive tackle, who I'm currently blanking on his name, who just keeps calling out ownership and the medical staff, I don't think it matters. You gotta go Andrew Thomas out of Georgia. If your star left tackle, Trent Williams, that's the thing. If Trent Williams does come back, so what? You put Andrew Thomas at right tackle, boom. That's great. Then we got the Miami Dolphins. Look, they started tank for Tua. Hey, you don't go tank for Tua, then stop tank for Tua just because Tua got hurt. You ride with the wave, or you don't ride at all. So you gotta go Tua Tagovailoa. It doesn't look great, but you put yourself in this situation where you said, we're tanking for Tua. Well, you didn't say that, but pretty much everybody went, you're tanking for Tua. So you don't stop yourself from riding with the wave just because someone got hurt on it. Then we have the Atlanta Falcons, where they really could go a lot of options there. Well, 3 different defensive players, really. Jeffrey Okudah, 4 actually. I'll give him 4. Jeffrey Okudah, Derrick Brown, Isaiah Simmons, or AJ Epinesa. I don't think they go Isaiah Simmons. I think that'd be a really good pairing, but I don't see that happening here. Derrick Brown, I don't see that happening either. Jeffrey Okudah or AJ Epinesa, pretty much. I think they go AJ Epinesa here. Edge is their biggest need, and AJ Epinesa is very good off the edge as well. Then we have the Detroit Lions, and they could really go same thing with the last team, except it's one player's off the board. I'd say you take the best defensive player, which is Jeffrey Okudah. I really could see them going Isaiah Simmons, but I think they'd rather go Jeffrey Okudah, lock up those corners, make sure that deep ball doesn't go anywhere. Arizona Cardinals, Tristan Wirfs, easy. Protect your quarterback. It's not that hard. I don't see anything else. Jacksonville Jaguars, once again, pretty easy. Jerry Jeudy's still on the board. He's struggled with drops recently. Everybody's got to admit that. He's been dropping the ball a lot more recently than what we've seen in the past. But it's still Jerry Jeudy. He's one of the most refined wide receivers we've seen in the past couple years. He probably would be a top 5 pick, but it doesn't help that this draft class is literally loaded with wide receivers. 3 in the first round itself between Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, and Henry Ruggs. All 3 of those players could go in the top 10 in a different year. Just this year, they're all in the same draft. Then we have the New York Jets. And honestly, I'm in the same boat as with the Arizona Cardinals. You need an offensive tackle there to protect your franchise quarterback, Sam Darnold. Plus, you don't have any open running lanes either. Get someone that can run block as well. Jedrick Wills is a great run blocker. He isn't as refined on the passing game yet, but he's a great run blocker, and Le'Veon Bell has not gotten any holes this year to run through. I'd say that's a pretty easy choice. Then here, LA Chargers, unless somehow they magically pull Tom Brady out, they gotta go Justin Herbert. And I see this as a great pairing between the two. I think Herbert will do very well with the Chargers. And honestly, he looks a lot like Phillip Rivers. I don't preferably like Justin Herbert. He is playing the Pac-12 championship Friday night at least, so hopefully he boosts his draft stock somewhat. But I'm not the biggest fan of him. I will admit that. Then here, the Denver Broncos will happily take Isaiah Simmons off the board at number 11. What a pairing this would be. If this actually happened, it won't. It more than likely won't. But if Denver somehow got Isaiah Simmons, God, what a match that would be. Him and Von Miller on the same team. Oh, I'd love to see that defense together. Then we got the Philadelphia Eagles. We could see him go Henry Ruggs here. And honestly, Henry Ruggs is more than likely going to get picked before CeeDee Lamb in this draft. I hate to admit it, but it's probably going to happen. I will say why here later when I have him falling. But here, Eagles are going to go Christian Fulton. You have wide receivers. They aren't performing this year, but they're there. The main part you're missing is your defense. You don't have any corners that are at least... There's maybe one decent one on that team, but you don't have any lockdown corners. You need to get that lockdown corner so you can at least get your offensive ball back. So I got him going corner there. We'll have to wait and see how this Philadelphia Eagles situation handles itself out. But here, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, probably with the steal of the draft and Derek Brown. Him and Vita Vea, I think, are going to be a very, very good combo together on that defensive line for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I can't wait to see what they do in the future with that team as well. Then we got our Carolina Panthers. They could go Grant Delpit here, but I don't think so. I think they'll go Tyler Biadasz. They've been struggling on the line this year. They could also maybe go Jordan Love. I don't see that happening, though. I don't see Jordan Love as a first-round quarterback. I see him as like a Drew Lock type of quarterback where you develop him into your team. He'll probably go like early second round, Jordan Love. Same with Jacob Eason, he'll go second round. Jalen Hurts more like a third, maybe a fourth round quarterback. And like, I don't know, like the next best quarterback, Anthony Gordon, he should go like round 7, but he'll probably go like round 5. But Tyler Biadasz to Carolina Panthers there. Of course, Biadasz is a very good player as well. But then we have safety, Grant Delpit, going to Cleveland Browns. They could go offensive line. I really would give them offensive line. But I don't see them passing on Grant Delpit, who's really going to help that defense out even more than it already has, as their defense is very good. But I don't see Cleveland going offensive line with Tyler Biadasz off the board. And I see them developing that safety position. And pretty much, if Carolina takes Tyler Biadasz instead of... if Carolina takes Grant Delpit instead of Tyler Biadasz, it's pretty much going to switch. That's all that would happen. Then, Oakland Raiders. They need wide receiver. But they don't need a CeeDee Lamb type wide receiver. They need a speedster, someone that breaks away. They have players like CeeDee Lamb. That's pretty much what Tylan Wallace is. It's pretty much the same player as CeeDee Lamb. Now, I'm about to explain why CeeDee Lamb's not going to go ahead of Henry Ruggs. It's speed. CeeDee Lamb's not going to run a great 40 time. It's going to be like Michael Thomas, pretty much. He'll run 4.5, 4.6, probably more around there. Where Henry Ruggs is literally going to probably run like a 4.2. 4.2, 4.3, somewhere in there, which is crazy fast. You saw what John Ross did. He boosted his draft stock immediately up to the Cincinnati Bengals taking him in the top 10. Henry Ruggs could literally go in the top 10 just because of the 40 time. Because you see the potential with a speedster pretty much. And John Ross, he was doing decent this year until he got hurt. He's really good in red zone. But Henry Ruggs, he's going to Oakland. It's a match made in heaven there. With the Colts, I have the Colts taking CeeDee Lamb, though. They will happily take CeeDee Lamb. They're going to be very controversial between CeeDee Lamb and Javon Kinlaw. I just see them getting one more pass catcher instead of Javon Kinlaw. It's a very deep wide receiver class, but it's also very decently deep defensive tackle class. And Ballard usually tries to find his gems deep in the draft class. At least that's what we usually see as Colts fans. Then, our Oakland Raiders here. I'm going A.J. Terrell from Clemson. It's the... I don't know what you guys mean. It's the Clemson Raiders, pretty much. They like their Clemson players. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Nothing really more than that. It's just whenever Clemson players on the board, they go with them. I really could see in a world possible scenario, they might even go T. Higgins instead of Henry Ruggs. So, that's the Oakland way, though. Then the Tennessee Titans will happily glad Javon Kinlaw here at number 19, defensive tackle from South Carolina. They could go quarterback, Jordan Love maybe, Jake Fromm maybe, but I see them sticking out Ryan Tannehill for another year. He's done decent, so let's start building a decent team around him. You probably need some offensive linemen, a wide receiver, and just keep loading up your good defense pretty much. Then the Jacksonville Jaguars are happily glad that Oakland Raiders took A.J. Terrell instead of this guy, Trayvon Diggs. And what can I say? Trayvon Diggs actually looked like he struggled a bit against LSU, but he's a good corner. There's no question asking that. Dallas, I think that one's simple. Safety, Xavier McKinney. They need safety. It's really been one of their weak points. There's been talks about Jamal Adams. There's been talks about Landon Collins last year. Now they finally get their safety for the future in Xavier McKinney. The Miami Dolphins then go Austin Jackson from the University of South Carolina. This guy has a ton of potential. He probably should go back to school for another year. But I think I would really like to see him come out because I really want Miami to get him. They don't need him right away to perform up the top level either. Because Tua Tagovailoa, he ain't playing that first year. No way is he playing year one. Unless, week 16, week 17, he can maybe play, rotate him into snaps. But other than that, he is not playing. We're having Josh Rosen start this whole year, baby. Because that's what we do in Miami. We see what we can get out of Josh Rosen for our draft capital. Then right here, Minnesota, we could go Creed Humphrey, but I think they go... I don't know. They could go Paulson Debo, or they could go Creed Humphrey. That's very tough, actually. They could also go Marvin Wilson if they really wanted to. I gotta go Paulson Debo. Vikings offense has done pretty well. I gotta give them credit. But their defense is the one that looked like they struggled Monday night. So let's give them some pieces to that defense. And let's give them a decent corner. Actually, he's really good corner. And Paulson Debo. The one player on that Stanford team has actually looked decent this year. Poor Kansas City Chiefs get the leftovers from the Minnesota Vikings. So they get to take Creed Humphrey. I wouldn't really say poor Kansas City Chiefs because that's a great substitute for. They're either taking Paulson Debo in that first round or Creed Humphrey. If you get the offensive lineman, good. Protect Patrick Mahomes. I don't know why I can't speak. And hopefully you guys can start running the ball a little bit better. Miami Dolphins. I think they take their running back of the future. Honestly, I don't care which one you guys want. Take whichever one you want. DeAndre Swift, Jonathan Taylor, Travis Etienne, J.K. Dobbins, Chuba Hubbard even. I don't care which one you want. Just take the one you want so that someone else doesn't get the player you want. But if I'm personally picking, I'm going Jonathan Taylor. I think he's the better running back compared to DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift has the difference. I think the difference between I'm arguing with is DeAndre Swift has a 10-time better offensive line he runs behind than Jonathan Taylor. I don't think anyone should argue with that even. Like, he has such a better offensive line than what Jonathan Taylor does. Jonathan Taylor should be the number 1 running back in my opinion. Of course, we're going to see more like comparisons once we actually get to Indianapolis and get a chance to see them like run the 40s and see how they do in their drills. But we'll have to wait for that. Then Laviska Shenault goes to the Buffalo Bills. This is a match made in heaven. I don't think there's any way else to put that. That's just a match made in heaven. Then we got the Green Bay Packers. As they go KJ Hamler, they're missing their slot. T. Higgins could really boost his draft stock here once he runs his 40. But I think KJ Hamler is a safe choice right now until we see what T. Higgins actually got. Because he's really been under radar right now since Clemson hasn't played anyone. Then New Orleans Saints, they take Tylan Wallace. Another team that needs a slot. Teams are going to be worried about his injury, so probably will drop him. But he's a top 5 wide receiver. I don't think there's any question. He was the number 5 wide receiver in this class before he got hurt. It went Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs, Laviska Shenault, Tylan Wallace. Those were the 5 before he got hurt. But then he got hurt. So, I see him staying there, though. And I really think New Orleans Saints could be a team that takes the risk on him. Then, New England Patriots, Jake Fromm. I'm not changing this pick. It's Jake Fromm till I hear otherwise. Or if he doesn't enter the draft. I'm picking Jake Fromm to the Patriots. This is a match made in heaven. I'm telling you guys. Jake Fromm would do so well in that Patriots offense. He's pretty much like 2 inches shorter Tom Brady. And right here at linebacker, we got Dylan Moses going to San Francisco 49ers. Linebackers with one question mark on this 49ers team. For a team that's been very, very good as well. So, and a defense that's really been top 5 in the NFL. Arguably top 3. Then we have Kenneth Murray going to the Baltimore Ravens. The one player the Baltimore Ravens are missing on each part of their team is linebacker, because they did lose C.J. Mosley to the New York Jets this offseason. So linebacker's been question mark. So we're going to try to fill up at least one of those spots here with Kenneth Murray. Then last but not least, we have the Seattle Seahawks. I could see them go defensive end or interior defensive line here. Cleveland Chaseon is very tempting. I think Raekwon Davis would be very, very good in the Seattle team. And that finalizes my draft. So, those were my 32 picks for this first round mock draft. This time, it's going to change. Draft order will change. College will change. We'll see what players enter, what players don't. But that's a long ways away. So, if you guys agree or disagree with the pick I gave your team, tell me why down below. Or if you disagree with my opinions, why CeeDee Lamb's going to fall, tell me why. I understand he's really fine, but 40 times matter. Just look at Michael Thomas and why he fell. Also, if you guys have suggestions for another video, make sure to put that down below. I may end up doing it sometime here in the future. Of course, thanks for watching. Make sure to click those links down there: Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and Patreon. And just make sure to keep the sports weed flowing throughout the day.